Nicolas Cage is out in theaters this weekend with Pedro Pascal in one of the most unusual films ever made starring Nicolas Cage. And you know that's saying something when you're talking about Nicolas Cage. I'm going to tell you my thoughts on the unbearable weight of massive talent right after this. Hey everyone, it's the Outlaw John Rocha. How you doing today? Well, The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent is out in theaters this weekend. It's one I was definitely looking forward to for a long time, and it is finally out. Got a chance to go see it just a few days ago for a screening. Here is my non-spoiler review of it for you here. And before I start, I just want to remind you all to please subscribe to the channel down below. Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell button, so you see when we're dropping all the content we do here on the Outlaw Nation channel. We do a lot: the reviews, the trailer reactions, the live shows, the pre-produced videos. So much happening here on the Outlaw Nation channel. So come aboard here. Trust me, it is worth your click to subscribe and hit that bell button for us as well. And then follow us and follow the Outlaw Nation on Twitch. All one word there, the Outlaw Nation. Follow us there as well. Lots happening on Twitch for sure. And then later I'll let you know you can be part of the Patreon and support us in that manner as well to get more shows, more co-hosts, more guests here that you all want to see talking about the world of entertainment, sports, pro wrestling, what have you, everything we talk about here on the Outlaw Nation. All right, The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. This comes to us from director Tom Gormican. The last time we saw Tom Gormican directing a movie was 2014. That awkward moment with Michael B. Jordan and Zac Efron. Not that great of a film, but this one comes in, and I got to tell you my first impression, that is, I had an absolute blast in this movie. Is it stupid funny? Yes. Are some of the situations out of control and outrageous? Yes. But as far as a film that deals with an actor playing themselves in the movie, it's kind of that meta approach to things, which you've seen with being John Malkovich and other films over the years. This one absolutely knocks it out of the park. It is exactly what the trailers tell you it is: a crazy, insane approach by a guy who Pedro Pascal is playing, who has an obsession with Nicolas Cage. He's rich enough to get Nicolas Cage to come to his party for $1 million. And what ends up being just a regular trip in the middle of Nicolas Cage having this real career meltdown becomes an adventure that ends up re-inspiring Nicolas Cage. So it's a fantastic movie that I really enjoyed. Let's start with the things that I liked. And of course, number one, got to start with the acting. Nicolas Cage is great here. He understands the assignment. I love that phrase that's come into our lexicon lately. He understands the assignment. He is absolutely tongue-in-cheek. He is absolutely dedicated. And just like all his other films, where some of you may have questioned whether he should have been making those films, he is 100% dedicated to bringing this character to life of himself, adding some levels, adding some pathos, adding some vulnerability. Certainly confronts some of the letdowns in his career, some of the criticisms that people have heard about him in his career, about the movies he's chosen, about the things that he's bought, about the financial issues that he's in. All of that comes to the forefront, and you get to hear Nicolas Cage actually come to terms with these things and address these things throughout. And it's fantastic to see him. And there's a real inner life that he's working through. He's got into Sharon Horgan plays his ex-wife, Lily Sheen plays his daughter, and there are some issues at home because Nick has been focusing on his life so much that he's been kind of neglecting his issues at home. Nothing new here, nothing groundbreaking there, but great to see Nicolas Cage navigating that as the film goes along. Of course, in fantastical situations, but there's still an element of honest emotional truth pulsating throughout, which I really think works so well from his performance as well. And I'll have more to say about Lily Sheen and Sharon Horgan in just a second, but I mean, I got to talk about Pedro Pascal. Pedro Pascal is absolutely fantastic here as Javi Gutierrez, who initially, Nicolas Cage has a bit of a distant connection with because, hey, you've paid for me to come hang out with you. That's a little weird, but I'm not going to let you too close. And then as things develop between them, we find that they have more of a connective tissue in terms of both of them are in frustrating positions in their lives, and they find a good friendship between the both of them that blossoms into a great friendship as the film goes along. And certainly you've seen in the trailers where they're by the wall, that scene by the wall, when you figure out why they're acting the way that they're acting by the wall, it is absolutely great. There are a number of great scenes like that throughout to make you laugh, and we'll touch on that in just a second. But Pedro Pascal's performance here is just one for the ages in terms of his ability to play kind of a guy who's like really soft and tender and gentle, and he's kind of in a position here where he just wants to meet Nicolas Cage and hang out with Nicolas Cage. That's all he wants, and he wants Nicolas Cage to read his script. That's basically the genesis of this. And what happens is, as I said, when they develop this friendship, We start to find out, though, through this friendship that there are other factors involved too. Tiffany Haddish comes in, Ike Barinholtz come in. They're part of the CIA, and they think that Pedro Pascal's Javi Gutierrez has something going on here in a criminal venture that they want Nicolas Cage to kind of spy on, and that becomes the crux of a lot of the back half of the movie is he or is he not, and how much is Nicolas Cage willing to kind of be a bit meta and be in his own action film in his own life for real. It's so well done and so funny to explore all the different scenes and all the different situations that pop up between these two guys. And they have such fantastic chemistry. Absolutely great chemistry between Pedro and Nick. I mentioned Sharon Horgan and Lily Sheen both do a great job. Lily Sheen really bringing that feeling of a child who has to wait around for her famous dad to kind of figure things out, or her famous dad to focus on himself before he focuses on her. And look, Lily Sheen is Kate Beckinsale's daughter and Michael Sheen's daughter. So there is more going on here that she can connect to and understand, and bring a little more reality to what she's navigating in the film. Sharon Horgan, it's always great to see her pop up in a movie. If you've ever seen Catastrophe, I cannot recommend that series enough. There with her and Rob Delaney on Amazon Prime. She's great. She brings the right amount of like, I'm going to give this guy, Nicolas Cage, crap for not being there for our daughter, but also you can tell she has genuine affection for him in certain moments because her toughness comes out of wanting Nick Cage to step up and take his responsibilities more seriously as a father and as a caretaker for their daughter. Another thing that I really enjoy is the direction. I thought Tom Gormican did a nice job with this. I mean, as I mentioned, there are some really funny scenes and sequences, and the way they develop this relationship between Nicolas Cage and Pedro Pascal's characters really works. You really connect to that, and you certainly connect to what they're going through. And as the relationship builds, you become more and more invested in their friendship and in these two guys figuring out and staying friends through all the madness that goes on in the movie. Also, the development of Sharon Horgan and Lily Sheen as his ex-wife and daughter for Nicolas Cage really works as well. We see these kind of touching moments between them, these tough moments between them, these insane moments between them, and all of that feeds into this developing relationship and changing relationship between all three of them as well. Yeah, so that's what I would say. If there's anything to ding it for, I guess it's not all the scenes work, and towards the tail end it gets a little bit like they're kind of spinning their wheels a little bit, but just before it gets to be a little too much or a little too crazy or a little too out there that you kind of check out, they save the film with other stuff that happens here that makes it feel like a good ending and with a sweet message at the end as well. I would give the film 4 cowboy hats out of 5 cowboy hats in terms of for the film that it is. It absolutely knocks it out of the park as a meta film exploring the reality of Nicolas Cage versus the fantastical nature of Nicolas Cage and all of that some of us have developed in our heads as we've read these stories about Nicolas Cage. And it's really anchored by a very sweet, vulnerable, honest performance from Nicolas Cage and another Nicolas Cage that shows up in the film. I'm not going to spoil anything. Just know that another Nicolas Cage is in this movie, and those interactions are incredible, absolutely incredible as well. And that helps the film to have a really interesting approach and self-analysis of Nicolas Cage. This could have easily been cheesy or gone off the rails and been kind of dumb, and it doesn't. It really works. And everybody involved kind of brings this thing into port and brings it into port really well. So I highly recommend you going to see The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent this weekend. Go and enjoy yourself. This is a fun Saturday afternoon or Sunday afternoon or midday movie to go see and take the shoes off and enjoy yourself. You don't have to see it in theater. You could wait for it to come on streaming, but why not support original films like this and have fun with films like this? If you support cinema, if you love film, go and see it in the theater. Spend your money. Trust me, it'll be worth it. And it might leave you with a little bit of things to think about and a whole new appreciation of Nicolas Cage as well. Well, if you go see The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, let me know what you think about it in the comments section below. Remember to hit a like on this video and share it on your social media. Because when you share it on your social media, you're telling your friends and family, hey, the Outlaw Nation is a cool place to come and enjoy some content. Maybe they'll come aboard and watch the content here and subscribe. And if you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button down below and hit the bell button as well so you see when we're dropping all the content we do here on the Outlaw Nation channel. Oh, and in the comment section, but let me know if I missed anything. Let me know if you what you thought of the film in terms of what worked for you, what didn't work for you. Love to hear your thoughts. I think you guys criticize films really well as well, so I enjoy your comments down there below as well. As for Twitch, come and follow me there, the Outlaw Nation, all one word on Twitch. And don't forget about my social media at The Rocha Says on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. And don't forget my podcast, The Top 10, The Cinephiles, and The Geek Buddies, all out there with new episodes for you to enjoy right now.